Welcome to this presentation. My name is Liz Donkin. Over the next 5 minutes, we will be discussing pastoral care and student wellbeing, effective pedagogical practices, and classroom resources, all areas that are relevant to you as a beginner primary school teacher. Due to time restrictions, we won't be able to cover everything in depth, so I encourage you to research further into these areas. Pay close attention and see if you can notice a common theme throughout the presentation. Towards the end, I'll reveal the answer. Every student is different, and we must therefore look at ways of tailoring our teaching environment to not only suit every child, but to encompass the whole child. One thing your students will have in common is the need for a safe school environment, which brings us to the student wellbeing zone. Pastoral care refers to action taken within a school to promote and enhance student wellbeing. Wellbeing referring to the health and safety of the student. As a teacher, it's important to understand how student wellbeing contributes significantly to improved student learning outcomes. Health is one example. Question: on average, how many Australian students are skipping breakfast? 1 in 6? 1 in 10? 1 in 15? The answer is 1 in 6, and it's on the rise. Children starting the day with a nutritious breakfast will concentrate and participate better in the classroom. So educate parents about the importance of a healthy breakfast and lunchbox, and ensure your school canteen is serving healthy food options to help your students perform at their best. Bullying causes emotional and psychological harm to 1 in 4 Australian students. It can make them turn away from their learning as they become less confident and avoid being noticed, so ensure your school has a zero-tolerance policy on bullying. Abuse, whether sexual, physical or neglect, leads to difficulties in learning and school performance. As teachers, ensure you're providing an open, supportive and communicative environment, and acknowledge your legal obligations to report any case of abuse to the authorities. Now that you've created a safe learning environment, let's consider some effective pedagogical approaches. Research suggests that to be the most effective teacher, we need to use a broad repertoire of approaches skillfully to fit the needs of different students. Behaviourism is commonly used for classroom management, believing environmental stimuli causes changes in behaviour. Operant conditioning explains how by rewarding behaviour and using reinforcements, we are shaping behaviour. For example, by rewarding students with a Student of the Week certificate for being studious, we are showing students the link between effort and accomplishment. By strengthening this connection, we will strengthen learning. Consider external factors such as student interest to ensure the reward on offer is enticing. Constructivism considers how the assimilation and accommodation of new information is constructed from a child's prior knowledge and experiences. We can apply this to teaching by considering the diversity of your students and linking theory to their interest, intellect and emotions. By making the content relatable, you'll achieve meaningful learning. For example, when teaching budgets in maths, do it in the context of a birthday party or shopping list. Social constructivism believes learning should be social, reflective and collaborative, so implement group work and reflective exercises to enhance student learning and broaden perspectives. Similarly, communities of practice promotes collaboration as groups of people who share a common interest learn how to do it better as they interact regularly and share resources. As teachers, take advantage of your communities of practice where shared resources and collaboration can enhance and maximise learning. That brings us to our final section, resources. Are you paying attention? Just because a student is looking at you, it doesn't mean they're listening. External factors such as technology lead to our students being regularly overstimulated, so try and use a variety of resources to grab and hold their attention. While technology is an obvious option, it can cause students to be distracted from the actual content, and you might not always have access to it. So try to be creative and imaginative and appeal to all of their senses and learning styles. For example, on a cold morning, get children focused by 2 minutes of jumping jacks. Use of names is a good technique, especially for those with a short attention span. Do you remember at the beginning how I asked you to pay close attention to try and notice a common theme? This was Bobby, your grade 4 student. Did you spot him in every slide? Well done, he's a gold star. Bobby represents the final technique of curiosity. By creating curiosity at the beginning of the lesson, you're giving students a compelling reason to maintain attention. In summary, optimize student learning and academic outcomes by considering the learning environment, your teaching practices, the resources you use, and external factors that impact on the student's ability to learn. By doing so, we can effectively teach the whole child. Please note this list of references used for the compilation of this presentation. Thank you and good luck.
Created using Powtoon.